Politics and commerce collide as the Great Rushmore Plaza Civic Center expansion debate comes to a close. Our top story, people stand up and take sides, even business owners. Your news starts now.
Now, in high definition, this is KOTA Territory News at 10.
Are you voting yes or no in the election for the Civic Center expansion project? Good evening and welcome to KOTA Territory News at 10. I'm Scott Gross. Alicia Garcia has the night off. Well, it's a personal choice, but some business owners hope to sway your opinion. Business owners in Rapid City are taking sides in the Rushmore Civic Center expansion project, encouraging a yes vote or a no vote. The owner of the Man Salon, Justin Christman, has decorated the front of his business with Vote Yes posters and expansion layout plans, while just up the street at Shotgun Willie's, owner Aaron Johnson is encouraging a no vote with his digital sign.
And once we get these new visitors into our city and into our region, you know, these are going to be business owners and people that are running companies, and to me that just starts a cascade of events where they say, hey, Rapid City's awesome, the Black Hills are awesome, let's open up an office there.
If they were full, if the Civic Center was full every weekend and there was a problem with that and we never had room or whatever, I could see it. But this hit and miss stuff, and like I said, they're about 20 years too early, and the competition with other businesses in town, I don't see it. It's not right.
The special election for the Civic Center expansion project is next Tuesday, March 10th. Well, straight ahead, find out why some county sheriffs are suing the state of Colorado. And Chief Meteorologist Mike Modrick is tracking even warmer air in your forecast first. Mike?
It will be even warmer tomorrow. Now, it's still a little cool tomorrow morning, in the 20s, but we were in the single digits this morning. It's a big, big difference, and the 20s won't last long. The 30s come back, and even 50 into the lunch hour. Let's try on for size, a partly cloudy 56. Let's call it a 56 stout, if you will. We will keep mild temperatures in the weekend, and then we'll get to try on some 60s next week. We'll take a look at that too, Scott, coming up in just a few minutes.
Rapid City Police tonight seek the public's help to apprehend 2 burglary suspects. A department spokesman says the men are being sought for questioning about the theft of numerous items from homes along Prestwick Road and Muirfield Drive. A 2005 Ford 500 with South Dakota license plate 2VM460 also was reported stolen during the burglary spree. Anyone with information about the men is asked to call 394-4134 or send anonymous phone text to RCPD at 847-411. Well, 10 county sheriffs from 3 states are suing Colorado, but Pennington County is not one of them. The lawsuit says the 2012 marijuana legalization violates federal law and should not be permitted. Neighboring states have been affected by the legalization, with marijuana being trafficked into their states. An increase in marijuana, hash oil, hashish, and edibles in Rapid City are stemmed from Colorado. Sheriff Kevin Tome was originally asked to join the lawsuit, but said no.
We didn't have the numbers and the impact to justify joining the lawsuit. We wouldn't have had standing, if you will. And like I say, since then, we've had significant impact and haven't rolled out if we would or wouldn't join the lawsuit at this point.
Tome also said bordering states are speaking up and have asked the federal government to enforce a federal law, but the government has ignored it at this point. Well, one of those bordering states is Nebraska. Sheriffs Mark Overman of Scottsbluff, John Jensen of Cheyenne, and Adam Haywood of Dual Counties are part of a suit filed today in Colorado seeking the overturn of the law. Now, the suit claims federal drug laws preempt the Colorado measure, making that state's actions to legalize pot unconstitutional.
Because of Amendment 64, our jails are full, our court dockets are full. There are increased costs for overtime, for incarceration, for housing prisoners, for providing for their medical expenses, and providing for their representation.
In the document filed with the court, the sheriffs from Nebraska and one from Kansas say they're suffering a direct and significant detrimental impact caused by the influx of Colorado-sourced marijuana. Well, federal officials are putting some ammunitions under fire and considering a ban of M855 ammo. Now, the concern over the caliber ammunition is stirring debate. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives wants to outlaw the M855 ammo, saying it serves as a threat to police due to its piercing force. But gun rights users say the ammo is not a threat. Former retired law enforcement and active gun users says it's a solution to a non-existing problem.
An approach to limit firearms enthusiasts from pursuing their passion. It will greatly reduce the amount of ammunition that law-abiding citizens will shoot, either target practicing or hunting predators environments.
The ATF released a 17-page proposal last month stating its reasons and will be taking public comments on the issue for about another 2 weeks. Well, an alarming trend is developing in Rapid City. More emergency medical calls. Emergency responders were dispatched to an average of 3 more calls for help per day in February compared to January. The leading cause for emergency? Pain related to traumatic injury, the heart, and the stomach. Rapid City Fire Department Public Information Officer Oliver White says it's tough to pin down weather as a leading cause, but he does point out to an increase in vehicle collisions.
We'll typically see more calls during the times of day when people are more out and about. So that includes the morning rush, the lunch break, and when school gets out, and then shortly after work. Fridays and Saturday nights, we usually see heavier call volumes between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.
Now to Wyoming, a bill seeking to get emergency medical technicians working sooner in Wyoming has been approved by state lawmakers. The bill allows EMTs to get conditional licenses, letting them work right away while waiting for criminal background checks to clear. Torrington EMS Director Darren Yates says the bill would be a great help to them as it would speed up the already lengthy process.
With this new law that they just signed in, they would be able to start working right away during their licensing period of time. So it'll be quicker for us, and it's better for us. We can get them working on the streets quicker.
Currently, the EMTs must wait up to 6 weeks before background checks are finished before they can start work. Well, the annual city school election season opens with the circulating of nominating petitions. Today, Mayor Sam Quaker became the first candidate to publicly launch his campaign. He is seeking his third 2-year term. Quaker and other city candidates need at least 50 signatures of registered voters to qualify for the June 2nd election. School board candidates need at least 20 signatures. City Council President Jerry Wright, Vice President Brad Estes, and members Charity Doyle, Richie Nordstrom, and John Roberts also are up for re-election. The City Finance Office says no one has filed election petitions. The filing deadline is March 31st. Well, U.S. Senator Sen Thune of South Dakota is continuing his fight with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service over the northern long-eared bat. Thune is sponsoring a bill that blocks listing the bat as endangered.
Messing with the habitat in the Black Hills isn't going to do anything to cure that. What they need to do is focus on the disease itself rather than to list it as an endangered species, which has all kinds of negative ramifications and adverse impacts on the Black Hills and other places around the country.
Thune says the Fish and Wildlife Service still wants to limit logging in the Black Hills and elsewhere to protect the bat habitat. His legislative move follows a congressional letter campaign started in October that failed to change the proposed bat protection plan. Well, putting children first tonight with a crash course in business and job security is almost a certainty for a group of skilled workers in KOTA territory. Find out who is in high demand when we return.